She invited me to it to meet like all of her friends that live in Denver. This is apparently really good for hormone health for women. I think a lot of people do hot yoga because it's good for skiing and stretching and stuff like that. I'm not kidding when I say this sounds so early, but it's so crucial. Leave your apartment no later than 5:45. Good morning, you guys. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name is Hannah. If you're not new, welcome back. I don't think I've ever worn this color before in my entire life, but we're branching out clearly. I bought a 3-pack of basic long sleeve tops off of Amazon because I just needed some staple tops for the winter, and I feel like all of my old long sleeve shirts that I had last year are from several years ago, and they were just like pilling and super gross, so I went on Amazon and bought like a 3-pack of basic tops, and I do really like it. It's definitely like an interesting material. It's very stretchy. It also has like a built-in bra, but it doesn't bother me that much. Like I actually didn't really even notice that it had a built-in bra until I was like messing around with it. But I do like them. They were fairly affordable. I can have the pack linked. It came with a pink one, a white one, and a black one. I bought it mainly for the black and the white. I just didn't really care that it came with pink. I don't know. It'll be fun for like Valentine's Day, or I'll just wear it to work. I'm not really a pink gal. I will have to say I do own a few pink things, but this shade of pink is definitely out of my comfort zone in terms of style and just like typical things I wear. That was a long, pointless rant about this color. I'm also putting my hair back up.
You sure, Flutter?
I was just saying I never wear this color. I don't think I own anything in this shade. It came in the, I remember that pack I ordered off Amazon that had like the black and white shirt that I was asking if it looked weird. It also came with this pink shirt. And I don't know. This part sometimes flips over and bothers me, but
It's a good color on you. It complements your eyes.
my eyes are blue.
I know, pink and blue. Compliments.
Oh, I don't know if it works like that, but like, thank you. Anyways, it's actually a little bit later on in the afternoon now. That's a lie. It's only 11 a.m., but it is 1 o'clock on the East Coast, which is why I feel like it's later on in the afternoon. I spent the morning working from the couch with the heated blanket. Duh. It's like my little routine. I need to get out of that habit actually because I get way too comfortable on the couch, but it does actually make me feel more productive because I can just kind of like do my own thing on my laptop while feeling cozy. But I had a meeting this morning that I knocked out. I had a meeting that I needed to set up for New Year's actually, or post New Year's, which seems like far out, but those are my favorite meetings to set up because I know calendars aren't going to be a challenge because no one's really like booking that far out. So I knocked that off the to-do list, and then I also did all of like my volunteer stories. I think I mentioned that in the last vlog that like offered a bunch of virtual volunteer activities this year, and I signed up for one of the ones that basically kids can submit stories to this nonprofit organization, and you get to read the stories and then give them positive feedback and encourage them to continue writing. And they sent me the link last week to complete them, and technically they're not due until next Friday, but because I had time this morning, I just went ahead and knocked them all out. They're so cute. I love the imagination of like kindergarten through 4th graders. I feel like the world is just their oyster because they're so innocent. So I was reading those this morning, and I feel like it was a great way to start the day. For the rest of the day, I'm pretty much done with work now. Honestly, it's only 11, but I guess I only have like 4 hours left to work anyways. I'm just gonna monitor my laptop to see if anything pops up before the weekend. I may have to cover a call in an hour. I think my manager said she had it covered, but if not, I'm happy to jump back in. And we're just gonna have a chill rest of the day. Tonight, I'm actually going to a girls' night situation with my friend from college. She's hosting a girls' night, like a Christmas themed girls' night. I guess she does one for like every holiday or like once a quarter or something. She invited me to it to meet like all of her friends that live in Denver. So I'm excited to go to that and meet everyone. I'm also doing Pilates. I'm taking you guys along for the whole situation, and I think I'm also gonna turn this into a weekend vlog because we're skiing this weekend. And I felt like it'd be fun to include some ski clips into here. I don't know how much I'll capture, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyways, just wanted to say welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and if you're new, you should subscribe and stick around. I just made a tea, which is unusual because I'm not really a tea girl, but I've been trying to get more into the teas because I know they have a lot of health benefits to them. And one tea that I've really been liking is the spearmint tea. This is apparently really good for hormone health for women. I've heard of people having good results if they're drinking this consistently, if they have like PCOS or any sort of like hormone imbalance. So I've been trying this out and I like it. I just do 1 tea bag because I think that's what you're supposed to do. And I do a little bit of honey because I need it to be a little bit sweet. I feel like tea is kind of similar to coffee in and of the fact that you have to kind of work your way to just plain tea unless you don't like sweet beverages. Like when I was first starting out with coffee, I would get the mocha frappuccinos and make it super sweet, and then eventually I worked my way down to less sweet coffee, and I feel like I kind of have to do that with tea, where I need to start with honey to make it a little bit sweet, and then eventually I'll probably be able to not do honey. But for now, it just gives it something extra. I'm just doing like a raw, organic honey. I've typically been doing it more so in the evening because I feel like it's a nice way to just calm down your system after a long day, and I'll drink it while I read or play the Switch. But I just was kind of in the mood for it right now, so we're making a tea to kind of start out our afternoon. So cheers to that. So far this has just been a food and beverage vlog, but I promise it's not a what I eat in a day. But I do need to share what I made last night because I'm actually so impressed with the fact that I made this, and I didn't realize how easy it was to make. So John went out to drinks and dinner with friends that he has in Denver last night, and I was home alone and we didn't really like have any food. So I was like, what can I order that's like cheap, that I don't really have to like run out and pick up, that I can do Uber Eats? And nothing was popping up on Uber Eats that I was remotely interested in. And the one thing that I was remotely interested in, it was gonna end up being like $40 for one meal for just me. And I just couldn't justify spending $35 to $40 on having a pasta delivered to my apartment. And that got me thinking, I'm pretty sure I have all the ingredients for the pasta that I wanted anyways, which is carbonara. I didn't realize how easy this was to make. This was my first time making it. I think that I would adjust a few things in the recipe next time, but for the most part, like, I am very impressed with how I went about this and with my culinary skills. It's literally just pasta noodles, bacon. I used turkey bacon because that's all we had, and it didn't really taste that much of a difference, to be honest. Parmesan cheese, eggs, garlic, and olive oil and salt. So there's very minimal ingredients to this recipe. And I think the hard part about it is that you cook the pasta and then you cook the bacon separately, you put the bacon in a bowl, and then you like scoop out the pasta and put it in the bowl with the bacon, let it cool off for like a little bit, like maybe just a minute, and then you pour raw eggs over the top because the hot pasta is what cooks the raw eggs, which sounds gross, and I didn't know that that was how carbonara was made, but apparently it is. But I guess the tricky part about carbonara is that if the pasta noodles are too hot, it can make the egg curdle and kind of turn into like a scrambled egg situation. But I did it successfully on my first time. Like I said, I think that this could use a little bit more flavor, like more seasoning, maybe a different kind of cheese, maybe try bacon instead of turkey bacon next time. But overall, I feel like it was really simple to make at home, and I'm impressed that I went with the option to just try and make this instead of buy a $35 pasta, because in the past, I would have just splurged and been like, screw it, I'm just gonna spend the money on it. Like, I'm hungry, I don't feel like going out and getting groceries. But I was smart about it and was like, what do I have in the cabinet that I can make? And I realized I had all the ingredients to make this. So I'm having leftovers for lunch today. It was so good for dinner last night. And I honestly feel like pasta is one of those dishes that is like great the next day. So I'm very, very excited to be eating this. I've been craving it all morning. It's like the one thing that I've been looking forward to literally all day. As sad as that is, it was just chef's kiss last night. Okay, I'm officially off of work and I just pulled in the parking lot to head to Pilates. I'm doing Boost today. I think out of all of the workout classes that I've done so far here in Denver, Boost is one of my favorites. I really liked Transform. I did Transform last week, which was like very similar to a solid core workout. I think it's called Legree or something like that. I think that's technically what solid core is too. That one was nice. And then yesterday I actually did a hot yoga class for the first time ever, and I really, really enjoyed that. The only thing that I didn't enjoy about that class was how crowded it was. I think there were probably 40 people in the yoga studio, so just 40 people like all sweating on each other. And it was interesting because 25% of the class, I would say, was guys, and I never see guys in any of the workout classes I do, but I think a lot of people do hot yoga because it's good for skiing and stretching and stuff like that. So I did that yesterday and loved it. I'll definitely be back, but I need to order like my own yoga mat and towel and stuff because the studio does charge you after the first time, and I might as well just like invest in a nice mat. So that's what I did yesterday, but today I'm getting ready to head into Boost now, and I also need to go early because I need to ask them if they have my water bottle. I left it there last time and I'm praying that no one took it. I think it'd be kind of gross if someone stole a water bottle, but I don't know if they have like a lost and found system or if they just throw things away. So I'm hoping they do because it's one of my Stanley cups and I use it daily, so that would really suck. But that's the update. Let's head to Pilates, get a nice workout in. Okay, we're back from Pilates. It was a little chaotic. I went to the wrong studio first. Didn't tell you that. I drove all the way down to the one on Platt Street. Got to the door was locked, and I was like, that's really weird because class starts in 10 minutes. So I checked my ClassPass app and I actually booked it for the one in Lohi, which is fine because I was only a 5-minute drive from Lohi, but I was definitely racing to get there and got there like a minute before the class started. So it was like a very chaotic start to Pilates, but it was a good Pilates class. It was very, I feel like the instructors used the term spicy. Like it was definitely hard and different than the classes that I've been doing at the Platt Studio in a weird way. I don't really know how to explain it. This Pilates instructor was just really into like not high intensity movements, but we weren't doing like traditional reformer Pilates, which I wouldn't say that Boost does traditional reformer Pilates. It's kind of a mix in my opinion between traditional reformer Pilates and solid core. Like they don't do the footwork at the beginning like most Pilates classes do, so it's just a little bit different, but I really enjoy going and I like it. And it was, I guess, fun to try out a new studio despite the fact that I was in a rush and almost missed the class. After the class I ran to Whole Foods because like I said earlier, I'm doing a Christmas girls night with my friend from college and her friends that live in Denver, and I didn't really know what the vibe was when I looked at the Partiful, I think that's what it's called, Partyful, you know, like the little website with the invites. She said bring holiday cocktail, sweets, food, or games. So I went the sweets and cocktail route. I think there's only gonna be like 8 of us, maybe 10, and I didn't know if everyone was gonna bring something, so I brought enough for everyone, obviously. I am doing Sweet Lawrence cookies. Well, I'm just literally poked my eye out. I feel like, yes, these are dairy-free, gluten-free, but I've never met anyone that doesn't like Sweet Lawrence cookies. And I think the chances of people bringing like gluten-free food is pretty low. So I'm gonna bring the gluten-free, allergy-friendly desserts. I did a sugar cookie one, which I've actually never tried these before, so hopefully they're good. And then a gingerbread cookie dough, which I've also never tried this one before, so hopefully it's good. Taking some risks tonight. They didn't have the mint chocolate one that we've been doing this holiday season. I didn't see it in the store and I didn't really feel like looking for it, so I figured these two were probably safe bets. And then I'm doing a holiday spritzy type cocktail with wine, not ginger beer, ginger ale, and cranberry juice. Except instead of cranberry juice, I went for a cranberry blend, and it apparently has apple juice, cranberry juice, and grape juice in it. And it's like a holiday, or I thought it was a holiday specific brand. Hopefully this is good. I literally could have sworn it said holiday on it, but now that I'm looking at it closer, it doesn't say holiday on it, but apple, cranberry, and grape sound really good, and it's red, so kind of fits the theme. I'm hoping this is good. The recipe that I looked up called for Chardonnay, and then when I looked up another recipe, it was saying I would use any white wine except for Chardonnay, because Chardonnay is definitely a little bit oaky. So I went with Sauv Blanc, because I'm assuming with the ginger ale and the juice, it would already be kind of sweet, although this could be kind of tart. I don't know, I've never made this cocktail, so this whole concoction could be a gamble and not good, but I think it'll be fine. If anything, we'll just have 2 bottles of white wine to sip on. And like I said, I don't know if anyone else is bringing anything because I don't know anyone going. So I would rather be over-prepared than under-prepared and like not be the only one, or like be the only one that comes empty-handed or like doesn't have stuff for everyone. So that was what we picked up at Whole Foods. I'm gonna make these cookies now. I think I'm just gonna make both of the entire packs. There's 24 cookies, but they're pretty small, and I can always just bring home leftovers. So gotta start making the cookies, then I need to take a shower and figure out what I want to wear. It's holiday attire as well. They said pajama or comfy clothes, so I think I'm gonna wear my green pajama pants and a sweater, but I'll show you guys that after I take a shower, make the cookies. We got a lot of stuff to do before we're at the point where I'm actually getting ready for the evening. This is the outfit of the night. Like I said before, I don't have a lot of Christmassy stuff, but the Christmas stuff that I do have is pajamas, and I think my friend said that she was wearing her pajamas as well. So this is what I thought could be kind of cute, like pajama pants with the sweater, and then I have boots, and I can take the sweater off if I get too hot. And then I did a little bit of a curl and some makeup. Events like these are like so far out of my comfort zone because I typically like to go to places where I know a lot of people, or like at least know more than one person, but I'm forcing myself to be social tonight. I need to get out of my comfort zone and not stay kind of held up in my apartment. So we're doing something a little bit different tonight. I do think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun group of girls, and hopefully everything goes well. I don't see a world in which it would end like really poorly, but like I said, just social situations where I don't know a ton of people are not really normally my jam, but I really want to meet her friends, and I think that it'll be a fun little festive evening. So this is the outfit: pajama pants, white sweater, Ugg boots, and I need to stop procrastinating and get going because it's already 7:16 and it starts at 7:30. I will update you guys after the party. Definitely not getting vlog clips there. Got the GoPro set up this year. We're skiing Copper today. It was quite the journey to get here. We did, I keep wanting to call it Whiteface. What did we do last weekend?
Winter Park.
Winter Park. I keep wanting to call it Whiteface. But we just had to try Copper this weekend. So far, traffic is way worse getting here, but finally made it. It's very chilly. Ow. I just pinched the crap out of my finger.
Back.
Alright. Post ski day check-in because I haven't talked to you guys all day. I talked to you guys a little bit this morning on the GoPro. I don't even really know how that footage turned out, but I'm hoping it looks good because I obviously have the new upgraded GoPro from last year, which I don't think I've had a chance to use that GoPro skiing yet. We used it in Hawaii when we went snorkeling and kind of adventuring, but I haven't used it in the snow yet, so I'm really intrigued to see how that footage turns out. You'll obviously know by this point in the video. But today we skied Copper Mountain. It was our first time skiing Copper, and my first impressions are that it was okay. I feel like I'm so biased towards Keystone and Breckenridge because that's where we kind of like started skiing in Colorado, and that was our home base last year, and also it just feels like chiller, if that makes any sense. Obviously on a different pass, so we don't have the opportunity to ski Breckenridge and Keystone this year unless we buy like an individual Keystone day pass or like Breckenridge day pass, but there's no point in that because we have the Icon. So I do miss those two resorts. So like I feel like I compare everything to those two resorts, but last weekend we skied Winter Park. This weekend we skied Copper. Tomorrow we're potentially skiing Eldora. I don't know if I have it in me to ski tomorrow after today. It was just like a really, really long day, and I feel like I have a lot to do before we leave on Wednesday to go back to the East Coast for Christmas. So I don't know if it's in the cards for me after that long drive back, but that was kind of like our weekend ski plans. But Copper was nice. It was definitely like interesting. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is gonna sound like gibberish, but I feel like the resort of Copper was kind of isolated. Like, it wasn't in an actual town, which a lot of the other resorts that we've been to, are in a town, if that makes sense. Like, Breckenridge is in Silverthorne. Keystone, I think, is also near Silverthorne. Maybe a different town. And then Winter Park kind of has its own up-and-coming town that's really cute. So Copper kind of felt a little bit isolated. Granted, it is very close to Breckenridge. I would say like a 20-25 minute drive from Breckenridge. So it wasn't that far, but still it just felt like a little bit isolated, which is fine because you're skiing, you're not walking around the town. Unless you are walking around the town, then I will give you the disclaimer that it is isolated. The runs were great. I mean, we had beautiful weather today. It was super sunny. It didn't snow, but some of the runs were a little bit icy. Most were pretty well groomed. It wasn't super busy, but it was still kind of busy. Like, it was just overall a great ski day, I will have to say. So my first impression of Copper is that I like it. I don't know if it's like my favorite resort ever, but I do like it. We did Winter Park last weekend, like I said, and Winter Park was interesting because, I don't know, it was just like different than any other resort that we had been to. It felt like smaller, which is a good thing. In ways, it definitely reminded me of Keystone, but it's another resort that's like pretty isolated. It's kind of a theme that I'm noticing with these resorts because it's not near Breckenridge, Keystone, Copper, A-Basin, like any of those. Those are all kind of grouped together, and Winter Park is kind of on its own, which is cool because you get to ski kind of like a different part of the mountain. But in comparison to Winter Park, I would say that they're probably like equal on my list right now. I don't know if I like one over the other. I would have to go again to both, I think, to decide officially which one I like. I will say the parking at Copper Mountain was insane. We accidentally ended up in a parking lot where you had to pay to park there. They do have free parking lots and you can park in the parking lot, take a shuttle, but we were really confused because the traffic getting to Copper was super long. So we were like, why isn't anyone turning? Let's just turn. And then once we decided to turn, we realized that everyone was in line for the free parking, and then if you turn, you're paying for parking. So we just said, screw it, let's just like pay for parking for the day. How much could it actually be? It was $55 for the entire day. That's like Vail, Aspen equivalent to daily parking. That was an absurd amount to pay. Obviously, we split it between the two of us, so it was like $25 per person, but we definitely will not be doing that again. We will be utilizing the free parking, but the parking system is a little bit like nutty and weird. Also, traffic today was just like a pain in the ass, which is why I'm not sure if I am up for doing Eldora tomorrow, but we shall see. It was a great time. Now we are back and we're getting ready to make dinner. I think we're gonna do super, super easy dinner. The only thing we have in the fridge, I think, for food is taco stuff. So I think we're doing tacos for dinner and just hanging out for the rest of the night. It's 6:28, which is early, but it feels so late because we left Copper at 3:30 and we didn't get back to Denver until 6 o'clock. I don't know what was up with I-70 tonight. Granted, we do not normally leave resorts that late. Like, we get up super early in the morning so that we can leave early-ish to beat the traffic going both ways. And we decided to not do that this morning. Sleep in a little bit, and by sleep in a little bit, I mean sleep in an extra 30 minutes. That's how crazy it is around here. We had traffic going to the mountain and then traffic leaving the mountain. Literally, we sat in traffic for 2.5 hours. It was actually nuts. I think that's probably the worst traffic that I have seen skiing both seasons that we've done this now. So we won't be doing that again, I will have to say. An ideal time to leave if you guys are planning on coming to Colorado or like getting into skiing. I'm not kidding when I say this sounds so early, but it's so crucial. Leave your apartment no later than 5:45 because yes, you get to the resort super early, like an hour and a half early, but then you have time to sit in your car, eat breakfast, get ready, lounge. You can go get a coffee at the resort, walk around, do whatever you want to do. It's very chill versus sitting in traffic for 2 hours and then fighting for a parking spot when you get there. If you leave early, you're guaranteed a parking spot. You rarely hit traffic. It's beautiful. And then on top of that, you get one of the first lifts. You ski for 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever you want to do. You leave latest 1 p.m. and you don't hit traffic going back down to Denver. And if you do hit traffic, you're maybe in traffic for 30 minutes, not 2.5 hours. The 2.5-hour traffic was absolutely absurd and reminded us why we don't do late ski times and why we don't leave the resort super late. That's why it's like 6:30 and I'm already ready for bed. So that was our ski day. I'm gonna get dressed now and then we need to get a start on dinner because I'm actually really hungry. I didn't really eat that much today. The resort food was not it, especially if you're gluten-free. Not many options, but that's kind of my own doing. I need to be better about packing lunches, I think. I've been collecting pins from every ski resort that we go to. I'm definitely missing a few. I'm missing Keystone. I need to get one for Zermatt, and then I want to get one for Whiteface too. I just started this collection in like my adult life, so I'm not going to do any ski resorts that I went to when I was younger just because simply I don't remember except for like maybe 1 or 2 so far, and I'll have to show you the collection later, but my bag is outside drying. I have Breckenridge, I have one for Taos, I got one for Winter Park last week, I just got one for Copper today, and like I said, I'm missing Keystone, Zermatt, and Whiteface. Hopefully I'll be able to add Eldora and A Basin to the collection, and then potentially one other resort this season, maybe 2 other resorts this season. But it's like a fun little hobby that I've started. I just wanted to like a way to remember all of the places that I've been to ski resort wise. Some people do stickers and put stickers on their skis. Some people do patches and iron on the patches to like their ski bags. But I figured that I probably will go through a few ski bags in my life, and I don't really enjoy putting stickers on my skis. Like I like the way they look now. So I figured a pin would be a fun way to remember all the places that I've been to, and I can remove it if needed and like put on different bags or put on like a pin board or something. So this is the one from today. They only had 3 options, which I thought was kind of bizarre because most places have a ton of options, but I guess Copper is more of a smaller resort. So this was one of 3. This one I liked the best. Thought it was very simple, and I'm excited to add it to my ski bag. Like I said.